So I'm here at the Green Lawn Cemetery, and this is a very modern mausoleum. It's 2009, but it's got an amazing tree of life on it. So I'm going to break down the iconography and the symbols and what they mean of all of this. You can see this place is just incredible. So we've got the three doors. We've got the past, present, the future, death, life, and rebirth. That's what those three doors symbolize, and they have lots of meanings. You'll notice that churches have always three doors, right? So you also got evil, the light, and the gray, and that could go on and on. There's so much symbolism just in three doors. You could look this up on Google, but let's go to the center door first. Okay. So what we have is the tree of life. It's knowledge. As you can see, we've got the symbol of infinity, comes up and around like a figure eight. You've got the yoni, the vagina, right here for life. The two snakes of the Cadus wand going up and around, forming a heart, which I think is pretty beautiful. But, you could see one snake is the black snake, comes up, and you've got the white snake, the light, comes up and around. So it's the Cadus wand. As I've said in some of my other videos, the tree of life, it's the holy Sephiroth. It represents many, many things. It's not just a tree. It's also the concept of as above, so below, life and death, right? The above part of the tree is the living part of the tree. It represents life. And then the underneath, where the roots would be, is the part that represents death. So now we go to these door panels over here, left and right, they're the same. They have the symbols of the acorn. Now, why would it be the acorn? The reason it's the acorn, the reason that it's an acorn is because an acorn is a symbol of death. Life, death, rebirth. It's a seed, right? It's not alive, but you put it in the ground and a dead seed becomes life. And if you go back into the Celtic religions, they worship Beltane. This is all coming from them, acorns and wreaths. And on my hat that you see here, I was in the U.S. Army in the infantry. I was in the Army for 15 years. I served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and that's where I earned this award, which is very prestigious in the Army. Like only out of like a million people in the Army, less than like 1% probably have earned this award. So it's like the creme de la creme. If you're in any job field, like for guys who were in the infantry, this is the biggest award you could get, right? It's a big deal to us guys. But you're going to see that it's got a wreath around it, okay? And that's an oak leaves. If you look this stuff up, it's an oak, right? And why is it oak? Because it's death. Like when you go and look up military uniforms, they have from all over the world. They have wreaths, they have oaks, they have all these weird flowers and plants. And what you're saying with your uniform is you've already died. You've committed to that you're dead, because that makes you the best soldier that you can be. Because if you're in battle and you're constantly thinking like, I'm alive, I'm gonna live, whatever, you become hesitant. So the thought process is to think of, you'll see it in movies too, when people say, I'm already dead, right? It's like you've removed that fear of death from yourself. And that's why militaries and this kind of iconography of the oak tree and the acorn, that's what they're saying, right? So even though this is a modern mausoleum, The people in here, one was Jewish, there's the Star of David, and one is Christian, which I think is really cool. I'll try to like zoom into here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's just beautiful stained glass. But you know, that's the tree of life. I mean, it represents so much knowledge. The tree of knowledge, the tree of good and evil, where the snake sat in the tree, right? And then Adam and Eve, they bit the apple, right? Or the quince. If you really go back into the Bible, it's not an apple, it's the quince, which like no longer exists. But it's the fruit that provided knowledge, right? And so why is all of this important? Right? Because if you're about learning and you meditate on this stuff and you investigate this stuff, it opens your mind. It opens your third eye. Both of your eyes and the senses go to the pineal gland right here. And if you close your eyes and move your eyes up and down, you'll feel it. It can actually move, just like your eyes. And it's basically the video screen, the movie screen that we see, that all the senses go to, and that's where our brain actually sees. We don't see through the eyes. They're just like the lens of the camera. The movie screen is inside our mind. And by meditating on this kind of stuff and thinking about this kind of stuff, what happens is you are able to learn, right? And by learning, there's the key to unlocking the universe is here.